Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm here to share the day's astrology with you with a little help from Tarot. This is the Tarot portion in the second half of my daily astrology post, which you can find on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Here I will discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page. I'll do a quick review of today's astrology and then play another card that may give us something more to think about. So let's go ahead and get into it. The tarot card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is here because it relates directly astrologically to the first 10 days or the first decan of the sun's transit through Cancer. So Cancer is a water sign. Cups are water in the tarot. And water element symbolism is very much about how we feel, what our emotions are, what it feels like to be in our body, our heart, and our mind. It also has to do with our intuitive capacity, sort of, like how we know things intuitively without having to do a lot of looking in. And also it has to do with our creative capacity, our fertility, both metaphorically and literally. So water, the Two of Cups here represents the union of two people. And it's sort of the idea is that we're bringing together some complementary opposites, and the two are being joined together to become one. And this does not have to be a romantic situation. This can be, a familial connection. This can be a good friend. This can be, that you've started a business with somebody that you really like, working with. So that's all on the table as far as this card goes. But what it points to is unity between two people, where two people sort of act as one out of positive regard for one another, a desire for balance, a desire to honor one another and show respect. So we see a caduceus here in the middle. It's almost like a lightning rod, right? Bringing the fire of it. For some reason, that makes me think of Mercury down into the union, sort of cementing it, or making it official, sort of zapping that union with the fire, hopefully of communication, because it takes a lot of communication from the heart to stay in this space with a person. You see a lot of twos on this page. You've got that Roman numeral 2. We've got the two wings, the two snakes on the caduceus, the two cups, the two humans. And this really represents balance. We're really seeking balance here. We're really hoping to bring together the best of two people so that they can create a balance for one another. Not that they're both doing everything, but that perhaps both people have their strengths, and that's what they bring to the situation, and they complement one another. Okay, so with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some cards while I remind myself and the cards that the sun is in Cancer. Sun in Cancer is the time just after the summer solstice. Excuse me, friends. Sun in Cancer is the time just after the summer solstice. The whole month that comes just after the summer solstice is the sign of cardinal water. So this is about initiating connection, initiating protection, initiating, emotional contact with people, okay? Or contact with people for the sake of your emotional connection to them. And this is watery. Cancer is one of those vibes one of those months where people are most likely to get pregnant. So look out for your fertility. But there's also, some eroticism here as well. This initiation of connection between people can definitely sometimes have an erotic or sexual bent to it. This little heart that I have up here is not just a drawing that I put up there. It's actually the symbol for an asteroid called, what is it called? It is called Eros, of course. So the asteroid Eros also talks about, is a discussion about, what eroticism means to us, and what brings us the most pleasure, what turns us on as individual people. And when Eros is in Cancer, one of the reasons that we like to have sex is in this interest of giving and receiving care. It's sort of not just a reciprocal physical meeting, but a reciprocal meeting of people's emotional needs too, which is very much written large in that Two of Cups, right? So yes, some sexual energy could exist there as well. Creative capacity, does not have to mean definitely having sex with somebody. Okay, you can create things together without there being intercourse or sort of a sexual interaction with that person. But um, Eros is here, pointing to the fact that there is some eroticism during this time of the year. There's a lot more, it's hot outside, and we're in the water a lot more, which is very sensual. We're using our bodies a lot more, so we probably feel more sensual. And yeah, you're definitely more likely to get pregnant right now, so be careful about that. Uh, Yesterday was the new moon in Cancer, and today the moon is beginning to wax. So um, this is when we start to imagine what the coming weeks are going to hold for us, what our intentions are for the next couple of weeks, for the next couple of months, for the next couple of years, right? Um, and the moon in Cancer is a time really to be attending your own nurture, care, and protection, and that of the people that you keep close to, that of your home as well. We want to bathe in water. We want to stay well hydrated. We want to eat nourishing meals and really take care of ourselves and our loved ones at home. We can do that while setting intentions for the future. We're just one day into that waxing crescent. We have like 7 to 8 days to do the setting intentions and making plans before we reach that first quarter moon that says, okay, it's time to take action on some of these plans. On the moon side of the page today, moon goes sextile to Uranus. It is okay to make a change. That sextile energy is very cooperative. Probably any changes you suggest impulsively, either to your timing or to, I don't know how the living room is arranged. They might actually come across in a way that's well received. Always communicate when you want to make changes at home, and also if you've had a change of heart, let somebody know. Okay. And then on the sun side of the page, we have a bunch of ongoing aspects. So Mercury is sextile to Chiron just through tomorrow. And this is a good one for speaking up if you do need a change, right? This is a good one for speaking up if something is troubling you, if you have a problem, or if you're seeking a solution to a problem. Communicate about it. That cooperative sextile vibration is there, saying, as long as you engage in good faith, you're probably going to get a good solution. Venus is sextile to Jupiter through the 2nd of July, and it's really asking us to pay attention to that bigger, better dream that we have for ourselves. Okay, those nicer things that we want to have, or however we imagine that, and to really focus on those things, because we have a lot of attractive power at this time. Okay, and we have a lot of power to attract things that help us expand our sense of what we can be, do, and have. And again, that sextile vibration is there, just cooperating away, saying, yes, apply your energy to this. And if you apply your energy to this, if you apply your efforts to this, then you will attract something bigger, more shiny and opulent than you thought you were going to. Okay, Sun square Jupiter. Okay, it's the square aspect here. I mean, Jupiter it's hard to have a bad time with Jupiter. So this is our outer life in a relationship with, the most generous person on the block. And Jupiter just gives and gives, right? So it's very good fortune. Okay, we have a lot of power at this time, a lot of personal power. We have a lot of personal agency. Whatever it is that we're acting on, we can act on it. And especially in terms of those bigger, badder ideas we have of ourselves, it's okay to go ahead and act in that direction. The Sun and Venus are both cooperating well with Jupiter here. The square aspect here just says, don't get arrogant, okay? Don't get sloppy. Don't stop paying attention. Don't presume that your success is is on the way. You have to, Jupiter is like a matching donation, okay? You have to put something in to get that good fortune, okay? But Jupiter is working with us at this time. Mars is sextile to Saturn through the 5th of July. And again, this brings us a lot of power and initiative, okay? Power and agency. Look at all this capability we have to pursue the things that we desire, especially in terms of our personal stability, and also to dream about and attract the things that we desire in terms of our future security. Sextile, 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 so cooperative. So engage in these energies and they will engage for you, okay? Saturn is retrograde through October 22nd. Look, if it's something you rely on in terms of, because Saturn's in Aquarius, if there's something you rely on in terms of a social support or, a social group or, just being able to run the red light or whatever it is that you're getting away with out there in public, stop relying on that, okay? Stop relying on that ability to do that because it's not going to work for you forever, okay? These things are coming under review, and if it's something that doesn't work for everybody, then it's not going to continue to work for us, okay? So if we continue to use privileges, if we continue to use, just privileges. If we continue to use that out in the world, or even at home in our hearts, right? It's gonna stop working for us eventually. Okay, so lean on things that other people can also lean on. Put your work and your effort into structures that support everybody or support more people than just yourself, okay? We want to be a support not just for ourselves but for other people, because no person is an island and we don't do anything by ourselves. We have to rely on other people, so it's important to have a strong network, okay? A strong community, and you can contribute to that. Pluto is retrograde through the 8th of October. And listen, we are going through some deep and total changes as far as things that we might have thought, might not even think about, okay? Things that we so think of as foundational to ourselves and who we are personally that we don't even know that we think of it as foundational, okay? It's such a given in our lives that this is who, it is such a given in my life that this is who I am, that I don't even examine it, right? So, my name is Melanie, right? So, give yourself some grace because, I might wake up tomorrow and, find that my name was never Melanie. It was always Heather or something like that, right? And that's just an example, and it's a very silly example, I understand, but give yourself some grace because you are changing, okay, on the inside. These things that we think of or don't even think about, but have as foundational to ourselves are going through shifts and changes. Something's got to come to an end so something better and more reflective of us can arise, and that's what's happening. So if you're stressed out or if you're depressed or if you're struggling, you don't know what you want or who you are right now, you would not be alone, okay? Give yourself some grace, give yourself a little time, take it easy on yourself and take it easy on others. Okay, not everything can just be pushed into place. Sometimes we have to allow things to happen. Neptune is retrograde through the 23rd of December, so that's just after winter solstice. New stuff has come to light, man, okay? Neptune going retrograde, because Neptune can be a very confusing place. It can be like murky water, kind of hard to see your way, hard to move around, hard to know what direction you're going in, right? With Neptune in retrograde, it's like the veil gets removed, okay? The blindfold comes off, the Band-Aid comes off, right? And the truth the truth comes to light, okay? So we will notice any fantasies we've been dealing with. We will notice any dreamlands that we've been living in, and we will notice the difference between those and what is really happening, okay? And that can be pleasant or it can be unpleasant, but the truth of the matter is we're all better off knowing the truth, right? That helps us move forward, positively with our lives, being honest with ourselves and others. Okay, and with all of that said, we have the Knight of Rods. Okay, well, this is very go for it energy, right? The knight is a fast actor, a person who knows how to use wit and force together. You know, sort of the knight is the one that will come riding to the rescue, right? uh, and rods is wands in this tarot deck. Wands is our fire energy, so it's about initiative, it's about inspiration, it's about a drive, spark, passion, fire, okay? And so the Knight of Rods comes in speedily and takes care of business. And the Knight of Rods always just says to me, "Go for it. Go do what you're gonna do. Get in there. Get in there and take care of business. Right? Get in there and do it." So it's okay at this time to make changes. When we're dealing with fire or fire signs or fire element, change happens very quickly, okay? And it can be abrupt, and it's usually, you know, at the hands of somebody, or, you know, at the bequest of somebody who has a fiery, passionate drive, and who just wants to have things a certain way and decides right then that it has to be that way, right? So it's okay. It's okay to make a change today. Always communicate about what you're doing. This is a good time to think about that, those erotic opportunities. Okay, the Knight of Rods has a certain, you know, um, he has a certain sexiness about him because of the fire, the spark, and the passion and the drive he brings to the equation. Think about what you're trying to attract. Okay, don't just invite any Knight of Rods home with you, right? Be really specific about what you want to attract, and also be really specific about, you know, who you want to share your erotic time with. Okay, don't be indiscriminate. But there might be a Knight of Rods out there available for you. Lots of power and initiatives here, much power and agency. That's all very Knight energy. So, yes, a little fiery, a little sexy on the page today. I really like it. And, you know, he's gazing here at these two who have just come together in this union where they like each other. They have a lot of mutual regard and respect for one another. Perhaps they even love each other. Perhaps this is a romance, you know, a next level of commitment that is not quite marriage, but definitely, you know, based on the fact that, you know, these two people care about one another and think they might be able to build something. Again, fertility is part of the equation here, okay? Water is about our fertility. It's about our fecundity, okay? It's about those things we do with our emotions and our bodies that create new life, that generate new life in the world, whether that be a baby or some other kind of thing that you create with your partnership. So, yeah, I think the Knight of Rods came in here today, and, you know, I heard me talking about the asteroid Eros and the eroticism of Sun and Cancer and how people get pregnant. And he said, "Okay, come on, let's get it on." That's beautiful. Thank you, Knight of Rods. Thank you, Two of Cups. That's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate your presence with me in the morning. My name is Mel Rose, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.